And welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll be joined by Allie LaForce courtside. And with the bulk of the season still ahead, let's take a look at how the power rankings are starting to come together. You look at the Kings, they're making moves up the standings, claiming that fourth spot.
When I look at Chicago, they are showing some progress. Little by little, they're becoming a better team. Now, they just have to maintain this positive momentum.
A look at the opening lineup for the Orlando Magic. On the wings, it's Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. And it's Suggs in at the 1. And for Chicago, Gideon White pair to make the backcourt. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. And it's Dosunmu in at the 3, the small forward. Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. Giddey against Suggs. There's a screen. Dosunmu for 3. Sends it home from three-point land.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Suggs with it. Banchero outside. Off to... Both teams making some changes here.
Stop, sir.
Bulls trail by 3. Pass to Armstrong. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Yep, that one's good. And Suggs has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. How about the grit of Ayo Dosunmu? You see it in his hustle play, but also his work ethic, RJ.
Yes, he continues to improve, B.A. The coach is training him to be shot ready. That's down and low. He's upping his volume and efficiency from long range.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Pass to Armstrong. On target from range. Armstrong's got 5 now.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
Carter finds Caldwell Pope. Here's Banchero. They can't stop the run with that one.
And to put things simply, this has not been his quarter.
Here's Armstrong. White, the pass to Armstrong. Orlando with the rebound.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
It's his first trip to the line. Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, there are usually Bulls fans sprinkled into every crowd.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
This Magic team is making moves in the East. Star forward Palo Banchero said, "We're a lot more competitive. We know we're talented. We can play with anybody, and we've proven it. Just one game at a time." Brian?
Got to take that simple approach. A team on the rise, Allie. Thank you. Black, no good. The Bulls shooting just 25% from the field in the first quarter. Jones, his shot is good.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
The Magic have gotten 5 of 11 shots to go. Here's Wagner. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Here's Black, defended by Jones. Clock at 6. Count that bucket.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first. Collins outside. And here's Giddey. Here's Armstrong. He's got 5. It's rebounded by Wagner. Wagner against Herder. Wagner, the pass to Wagner. Knocks it down from distance.
A bigger guy who makes intelligent passes. Nice feed from Wagner.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Here's Armstrong. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Jones finds Giddey. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. And Franz Wagner picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Giddey. Here's Armstrong. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. Magic out in front, up 3. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. All right, guys, what do you think about the Magic here in this one?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
We got Zach Collins. Trey Jones is out there with Kevin Herder. Then it's Buzelis, and it's Armstrong in at the power forward position. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Black. Chicago making their last shot. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Wagner's got 5.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Pass to Armstrong. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Batase.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, that's it right now. He's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Now here's Banchero. 15 in his last outing. Batase can't hit. The Bulls trail by 3. Jones, the pass to Armstrong. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Give him 8 points now.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Batase with a screen. For 3, Anthony. Chicago with a rebound. Armstrong's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Buzelis. Here's Armstrong. Give him 8. And the layup is good off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 2.
They're lucky to be holding on to this lead after the inconsistent first quarter. But they're starting to hit their stride now, pulling those percentages up. When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Hey guys, well the Magic were one of last season's most improved teams, and with the addition this summer of Contavious Caldwell-Pope, they've addressed an area of real need. A player who can space the floor, add to their already stout defense, and has championship pedigree. they're going to continue to rise in this league, guys.
Absolutely. All right, Shams, thanks very much. Here's Armstrong. 10 points for him. Down low. It's not going to go for him. Nice D from Wagner.
Just imagine if he was shooting better. The lead would be even bigger.
Anthony misses.
That is not a bad decision to pull from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
Armstrong passes to Collins. Here's Armstrong. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
Orlando making a switch here. Carter, he's checked in for Bataze. Franz Wagner comes in for Wagner. Caldwell Pope's checked in for Anthony. And it's Jalen Suggs in for Black. Now here's Wagner. 17 points in his last outing. Counted from distance.
And Banchero has some range already. I mean, I want to see him continue to drain these shots.
They set a pick. Armstrong passes to Dosunmu. Here's Armstrong. 11 points in the game. Great D that time from Banchero. Orlando has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Knocked loose.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
There's a minute 59 left to play in the first half.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Bulls out in front, up 3. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready.
Hi folks, it's shaping up to be a good second half as we've seen the Orlando Magic trying to take control of this game.
Well, they're not settling for long jumpers. They're getting the ball into the paint. And you know I love that.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
All right, let's turn now to take a look at how the Eastern Conference. Thanks as always for watching.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball. For Caldwell Pope. And this is his second attempt at the line tonight. That one drops. He ties it up. Grant, you look at the development path of Franz Wagner. Not surprising he had an easier transition to the NBA.
Well, think about this, B.A. I mean, he played against men very early in Germany, splitting time in Euroball, and at Michigan let him really develop in multiple ways. So he's seen it all and is still so young.
On the court for the Magic, Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. Then it's Franz Wagner, then there's Jalen Suggs, and it's Black in at the 2-guard spot. Wagner outside. Back to Suggs for the lead. Buzelis grabs the board. Buzelis has got 6 rebounds in the game.
He knocked down 3 in the first quarter, but he's still been unable to connect from deep past the break.
Here's Armstrong. 13 points in the game.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, Palo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, "They'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in." That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running. A minute 29 left in the third quarter.
The He has to respect his range. He made 2 in the first half, and he's capable of draining even more here in the second.
Orlando foul.
Chicago making a switch here. Jones is checked in.
First team foul.
And we've got 1:18 left in the third quarter. Herder passes to Armstrong. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Jones. There's Herder with the 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Herder's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes. Spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
They're also doing a good job working the ball inside tonight. The defense has been struggling to slow them down there in the paint.
Collins, he's checked in for Chicago. Williams comes in for Giddey. Here's Armstrong. And it's all from three-point range.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you gotta shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
And the foul on Patrick Williams. That's his first foul of the game. We're in the bonus now, and they'll go to the line. This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. What a fantastic second year for Palo Pacc Game, a bona fide all-star in Orlando.
Yeah, only their second all-star over the last decade. Palo was incredible during the playoffs, averaging 27, 9, and 4. That playoff experience is big for him going forward.
Horton Tucker, he's checked in for Chicago. Orlando leading. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Wagner. Now Anthony. The 3 is up. Pure from three-point range. Anthony's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Armstrong. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Here's Anthony. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one, and he drops them first. Chicago making a switch here. And Anthony drops them both. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. It's the Magic. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was the choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
There wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a 6th sense.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Trey Jones, also Kevin Herder out there, Zach Collins out there with ball, and it's Armstrong in at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
That free throw misses. Smith, he's checked in for Collins. Good on the second one.
Just a tough miss at the line. They're down 2 baskets now.
Orlando leading by 4. Here's Black. Pass to Batadze. It's deflected. To the inside. Here's Smith. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Smith's got his first bucket in this one.
In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
Ben Carroll, left side. Shoots over ball, and it's Orlando with another.
Yeah, this is a part of Banchero's game they'd like to develop here in the league.
The Bulls trail by 4. Inside. Smith outside. Here's Armstrong. Orlando with the rebound. Batadze's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Black. Chicago with the rebound. Pass to Armstrong. Jones with the ball. 4-3. It's rebounded by Banchero. Have to love his hustle tonight.
Yeah, B.A., just one more rebound and he'll have a double-double.
Wagner finds Anthony. Tipped. Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the fourth. Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
Such a good facilitator. Ball has nice touch on that pass.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. A big group substitution here for Chicago. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Smith. Dosunmu comes in for Ball. White, he's checked in for Herter. And Giddey's subbed in for Jones. And a change for the Magic. Suggs is checked in for Batadze. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Here's Armstrong, guarded by Banchero. Here's Vucevic. Over Wagner. Vucevic's shot is off.
They're losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
Here's Armstrong. Gets the 3 ball to go. Armstrong's got 22.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
Anthony, left side. Armstrong grabs the miss. Armstrong's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Every player goes through this. When your shots aren't going down, it can ding your confidence. When his team needs him, Giddey steps up. And you love to see a guy with that kind of fire.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Ellis is checked in for Chicago. So a close game sees Chicago taking this one. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these...
I've talked to people with knowledge of the situation, and they say that MP will be inserted into the starting lineup over the next few games. One front office executive from around the league said there is some doubt about MP's readiness to be in the starting lineup, but around the team, the front office, the coaching staff, they are optimistic, and they believe that every milestone has been attained by MP, and he will only be better with an expanded role.